So I saw that movie, The Best of Enemies, the other day. The true story out of North Carolina and Durham. And the sad reality, this was 1971, 7 years after the Civil Rights Bill was passed, allowing African Americans to assimilate beyond restaurants and water fountains, but also in classes, and put respect by Ann Atwater's name because she fought and represented for the people. Um, she had to go against racism. She had to go against the Klansman. C.P. Ellis, who was her arch rival, was the leader of the Klan at the time. And it was an amazing relationship. They ended up becoming respected friends and colleagues, but they started off in two opposite directions. They never taught this in school. You didn't get taught this in school. You were just taught that the Civil Rights Bill was passed in '64, and everything was all hunky dory and green, green, green. This is why when people make racist tweets, support a racist like Trump, support white nationalists, and all the other things that go on, who are the real terrorists in this country. This is why movies like this and stories like this need to be taught. Because not only these children don't get it, their parents don't either acknowledge it or they're mentally bipolar or don't or have selective vision. This needs to be taught in every school. A woman like Ann Atwater is a civil rights hero and a leader, and she rest in peace. She passed a few years ago, but they didn't teach you this in those schools. They didn't tell you what the continued struggle, because just because the country, see, this shows you how racist that. And in Carolina, I've been lived in the South, so people live in the South who really had to go through the boonies and the bushes. They know they make their own laws, their own rules, their own regulations, and they say the hell with Congress and what the government says. We gonna do what we want to do because we are proud recipients of being Jim Crow's offspring and offshoot. So this here is a movie that needed to be stated. I thought Taraji P. Henson and Sam Rockwell did great jobs, each in the lead roles. But Ann Atwater, also a woman that truly had a vision and stood her ground. That's what you mean by stand your ground. Stand your ground don't mean to um, kill somebody senselessly. You know, what happened with Trayvon Martin, means to stand grounds. Grassroots leaders are the true people that get stuff done, not no phony politicians who sit there and tap dance for you. I'm talking about really getting stuff done. And that's what this woman represented. And this movie is very important on psychological, cultural, and puts things in perspective because it wasn't that long ago. We still talking about stuff that's less than 50 years ago, people. We ain't talking about something 500, 100. We're talking less than 50. That should frighten you to realize that. But the Jim Crowism in that movie, if you watch what happened and you think about the Confederate flag, the dumb people still wear that garbage, who lost that war and need to get over themselves, and the rhetoric that's still spewed from the Klan and all that, that's still going on now in the social media compacts. So um, this is real talk. This ain't no foolery. It's all over the world. They're recruiting them. They like to act like somebody's taking their white world and scaring. But you think about what goes on when you see this sort of thing. So I want to put some respect on Ann Atwater's name. C.P. Ellis did a heck of a turnaround, you know, because people got to look and understand this is a bigger problem. And people who are in denial about it, uneducated, unenlightened. But The Best of Enemies is definitely a movie that I would recommend people to check out and learn some history because the racist school system ain't going to teach you nothing about the real. That's my take about The Best of Enemies, the film, and the people behind the main people that got the change to make the movement. Feel free to leave comments, feel free to subscribe. And when the bell rings, that's my new video. And I'm out. Peace.